Okay, so we're going to focus on finding the slope of lines. And the very first thing that we are going to focus on before we even find the slope is the direction of the line. So when I look at this line, this is negative, and the reason it's negative is because if I read from left to right, and I always like to pretend I'm riding my bike, I ride my bike, I ride my bike, this blue line is the hill, I hit the hill, and I'm going to go down. So we have a negative slope. Now, we have to find our slope. So notice we already have 2 points given, and notice these 2 points are coordinate points. They are whole coordinate points. So in order to find slope, you need a line, and then you need whole coordinate points on the graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a triangle that's going to connect these 2 points to the best of my ability. Okay, here's my triangle. Now, slope is a measure of steepness, or how high something is, how quickly something goes up compared to how long it takes, or how quickly something goes down compared to how long it takes. And so when we're measuring something going up or down, we're measuring the height. So when we talk about slope, we say slope is y over x, or rise over run. So these are the 2 very important things. And then we do change in y. So triangle in math means change in y compared to the change in x. Okay. So rise over run is probably the easiest one to remember. So I'm just going to start it. So rise over run. So I want us to look. Here are our 2 points. I already know my slope is going to be negative, so I'm going to put a negative symbol. And we're going to just count how many points or how many blocks do we have to rise. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 blocks. That's my rise. That's the change in my y value. That is how quickly my graph went up. And then we're going to compare that to how long it takes. So 1, 2. So 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. So this graph has a slope of negative 3. Okay, let's look at another one. Here we have this graph right here. Now, first, let's decide. Slope is either positive, negative, 0, or undefined. In this case, the slope is positive, because if I'm riding my bike, I'm going up the hill. Okay, so remember, slope is y over x, rise over run. So I'm going to connect my 2 points, and I am rising 2 blocks, rising 2, and I am running 2 as well. So 2 over 2, or 1. So this slope is 1. This graph has a slope of positive 1. That means every time y increases by 1, x increases by 1. Okay, let's look at another one. This slope is negative, because if I'm riding my bike, I'm going to go down the hill. Okay, slope is rise over run, so y over x. I'm going to connect my points just so I can visually see. And my rise, my up and down, that's 2. And my run is 1, and we already said it's negative because it's going down, so my slope is negative 2. So that means every time y goes down 2, x moves over 1. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, this is an example of a positive slope, because if I ride my bike, I'm going up the hill. This is a very shallow slope because the rise is not very high, but I'm going to connect my 2 points. Remember, rise over run, so y over x. My rise is only 1. I only go up 1. My run is 3. So my slope is 1/3. Every time I rise 1, I run 3. Okay. Remember, slope can be positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So when we talk about slope, y over x. Now, this slope is 0. Here's why. Look, it's not going up or down. It's going straight across. So my rise is 0. And my run is 2. And if you type 0 divided by 2 in a calculator, you will get 0. The slope is 0. It's a straight line across. It's flat. Here we go. We have a very steep slope, and it is negative. Now I'm going to draw. Okay. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 across. So my slope is negative 5 over 1, or negative 5. Once again, this is a very shallow slope, but it is positive because I'm going up. Remember, slope is rise over run, so I'm going to connect my dots. And I'm going to have a rise of 1, and I have a run of 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 1/4. This is a negative slope because we're going down. Slope is rise over run, or y over x. So I'm going to connect. I have a rise of 1, and I have a run of 1, so 1 over 1. And it's negative because it's going down, so my slope is negative 1. Once again, this is a 0 slope because we have a flat line. We have a positive slope because my line is going up. I'm going to connect. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 6, and over 1, 2, over 3. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now I want you to notice something. If I go from here, I can write 3 as a fraction. I can write it as 3 over 1. And if I go here, if I go up 3 and over 1, see how I land perfectly on my line? And if I go up 3 over 1 from here, I land perfectly on the line as well. So all the points on the same line, they will have the exact same slope. All right.